Hi, y'all. Welcome back to True Crime Stories, where my heart is in the South. But here today, let's talk about the Amber Alert system. As of January the 2nd of 2023, 1,127 children have been recovered through the Amber Alert system. There are currently 82 Amber Alert system plans throughout the United States. The system is also used internationally in 31 countries. Every state has its own protocol for issuing an Amber Alert. So a young lady named Amber Renee Hagerman was born on November the 25th of 1986 to parents Donna and her dad, Richard Hagerman. She had a brother named Ricky. He was 5 years old at the time. Donna and Richard's marriage did not last, and Donna had even found herself in a shelter for women, but she got herself out of that. She got an apartment, she went back to school, she was working and taking even more classes to better herself and her kids' lives. But on January the 13th of 1996, in Arlington, Texas, Donna, Amber, and Matt went to the kids' grandparents' house to visit. It wasn't far from their apartment, and the kids took off on their bicycles. They had been told, just go around the block. But like children do, they did not mind. And Amber went further out. She went to a vacant Winn-Dixie parking lot. They kind of had like a little ramp you could ride your bikes on. They called it a bike ramp. When her brother saw that she had went too far, he turned around and went home. When his family saw him there back without Amber, they sent him out immediately to go get Amber. It couldn't have been maybe 8 minutes, and Amber was gone. Little Ricky says he paddled as fast as he could back to the home, and he said, "Sissy is gone." All that was left was her little pink bike. Her grandfather gets in the truck and rushes to the location. The police are already there. A neighbor had witnessed the abduction. His name is Jim Cavell. He was a retired police officer. I believe he was in his 70s. He was on up in age. He recalls hearing a scream. He says he saw a man in a black truck get Amber under her arms and pull her off her bike. He threw her into the cab of his truck and drove off in a hurry. Jim called local authorities, and they came out immediately. So when the grandfather arrived, they were questioning the witness. He gave an account of Amber being pulled off the bike, put into a black truck. They said it had no chrome on it. He also gave what he could of a description of the man, and it was said that he was either white or Hispanic, about 6 feet tall, medium build, between the ages of 25 and 40 years old. Police and the FBI started their investigation immediately. They went door to door. A massive search around the clock began for Amber that day. Over 50 federal agents and local authorities searched for Amber. Amber's mother, Donna, had been filming a documentary about families on welfare that go back to work in the workforce and have a better outcome for their lives. So there were hours and hours of footage of Amber. She had just turned 9 years old, and even her birthday was filmed. So there was a decision made to give the film to local news outlets to let them share Amber's description to help locate her. Flyers were made and placed in the area. Volunteers showed up to search. Amber's family searched. This abduction shook the community to its core. 4 days later, on January the 17th of 1996, Amber's body was found 4 miles from where she had been abducted. A man walking his dog by the Forest Hills Apartments in Arlington, Texas, close to her grandparents' home, found her body in a creek. It had been raining a lot. Authorities believe that the rain kind of carried her down the creek. She was completely nude except for one sock on her left foot. Her throat had been cut so severely, she was almost decapitated. Y'all, this is a 9-year-old kid. Authorities believe Amber had been kept alive for 2 days. Her mother says that Amber was tortured by her abductor for 2 days and brutally murdered. Unfortunately, the water and the rain had washed away a lot of physical evidence. There were some fibers found on Amber's body that were collected for evidence. Police have recently come out and say they do have some DNA that they are keeping, and Amber was laid to rest in January of 1996. An investigative task force was formed to catch the predator, but in 1999, after the case went cold, it was disassembled. Authorities have had over 8,000 leads in Amber's case, but to this day, May 15th of 2023, Amber's killer is still out there somewhere. Both of Amber's parents became fierce child advocates. They did everything they could and speak at every event they could to protect children in the future. Amber's parents founded People Against Sex Offenders and called for stronger laws to protect children. Amber's mom, Donna, went to Congress in June of 1996 to create a nationwide sex offender registry. Mark Klass and Martin Frost, who was a congressman, drafted the Amber Hagerman Child Protection Act, and it was signed into law by the President of the United States, creating the first national sex offender registry. A local lady who lived in Dallas, Texas, wanted to help do something after Amber's abduction. Her name is Diane Simone. She called a local radio station and asked why they could not send out warnings for child abductions like the very same way they do for severe weather alerts. She was positive if people had knew Amber was in a black truck, someone would have spotted it. So this is where the Amber Alert system became. Amber's parents also started pushing for this, and the Amber Alert system is saving lives today. As of May 15th of 2023, Amber's case is still unsolved. If you recall anything from that time, January 13th of 1996, in Arlington, Texas, please call detectives at 817-575-8823. Y'all stay safe out there, and thank you for listening.